From the hollers and hills of West Virginia, it's Heavenly Hills Homestead with a snowy episode. Stay tuned. Boom. Well, guys, I have sewed this chair up numerous times. We got it. Oh, I think 2019 is when I bought this chair at Royal King. It's a recliner. And anyhow, Malachi has claimed it for his own, and he rips it. This is what he does. Right there. He gets up here and he rocks, stands up in it and rocks, and then he pulls and pushes with his feet, pulls with his hands to get up here on it, and wallers it and messes it all up like this, you know. And I refuse to buy a new one. I just refuse to do it. Several reasons. One, because I just bought this one in 2019. I ain't paying more money for another one so they can mess it up. Look over here. Got to sew all this now too. Goodness. Yeah, this. Let's sew this. And rip that part now. It don't recline anymore. All it does is rock. It's canted. It's twisted like this. You know, down here in this corner, it's, you know, it's, yeah. Oh yeah, it's a jacked up chair. But I refuse to buy another one because.
Did you get a bandage?
Well, because I got a cut. Anyways, refuse to buy another one because somebody.
Very good.
Somebody will just rip it up again, won't you? You'll just tear my new one up, right?
Rip it up.
Yeah, rip it up, yep. So anyhow, we're just sewing this back up. I think this makes the 5th or 6th time in the past, I don't know, 4 months, 5 months, something like that I've sewed this up. So, yeah, you can see here we've sewed it really good in some places and it stays, but it's always down here on this end that it starts and goes that way, and I don't know. So we're going to triple sew it and see if that don't work and solve it. I don't know if it will or won't, but we're gonna try. I don't know. And what do you want to say?
On to the next.
On to the next. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's right. On to the next. As you can see here, we have snow. What is this? The 26th of March? Yeah. Oh yeah, we got snow. It just don't want to stop. Just don't want to stop. But we got to talk about something. We got something we got to talk about. Let's give them something to talk about. You know, how's it go? Let's give them something to talk about. Well, I think we got something to talk about. Yeah. Oh yeah. My son's trying to peek through there. Anyhow, let's go talk. So, yeah, we've quite a bit of stuff here that we've got to unload for the patch. But you see this stuff right here? The gypsum? We gotta talk about that stuff. I went and, you know, I was just gonna do one patch at a time. No sense in, well, first of all, I can't haul it all at once, right? This is 10 bags of gypsum. I think 10 or 12 bags of peat moss, 4 bags of alfalfa meal. I was going to get the bales, They didn't have any bales in stock. Bales was 75 pounds for $20 compressed. That would have equaled out, 2 bales would have equaled out to 5 bags from my understanding, 40-pound bags. Like if you were to, just the way it works out, the way I figured it out. Could be wrong. Anyhow, this stuff right here, pelletized gypsum, right? So I needed more. I needed, let's see, 240, roughly 240 pounds. I'm gonna probably do 250 pounds per 1,000 square feet. But I think it was like 220 to 240 is what I needed. Okay, but I wanted to give a little bit more, just to try to help the texture of the soil a little bit, give that a little bit of extra calcium that it needs there and stuff. Anyhow, I needed 240 pounds per, right? So 10 bags at 40 pounds is 400 pounds. So it was gonna put, 250 back here on the back patch, and then I was gonna put on this patch up here, probably 3 bags up here, right? And then on the other side, I was gonna put 3 bags, and then in the garden, I was gonna put 3 bags. So it's 3, 6, 9, right? So it needed 9 more bags. It's 19 bags, get 20 bags total, right? Ain't allowed to. You're not allowed to do that. Why? Why aren't you allowed to get 20 bags of gypsum? What's the big deal with gypsum? Well, come to find out, gypsum is in high demand this year. And because it's in high demand this year and there's very low quantities of it, you're only allowed to purchase 10 bags, and that is your limit. Yeah, your limit. Your limit on gypsum. Has anybody else got this going on? Have you been limited on gypsum? If you have, please call. Blah, blah, blah. No, seriously though, I mean, why would you limit gypsum? Why would gypsum be in such high demand that you can't really get it and you can only have 10 bag limit? Is the supply chain breaking down? What is there more use? Is more people using it? What are they, what's going on, right? I've never heard of a gypsum shortage. I've never heard that gypsum was in high demand. Maybe I'm the idiot here and just don't understand. Just, I'm ignorant of the gypsum stuff, right? Maybe I'm just ignorant and somebody needs to educate me. But as far as I've ever known in gardening, I've never known there to be a gypsum shortage or a gypsum in high demand. Never, ever, never, just never. So, wife comes home, I'm like, hey, did you, she's like, did you know that there was only a 10 bag limit, that you got the limit? No, because I actually need 20 bags. So I didn't know that was the limit. Who told you there's a limit? The guy there, he said 10's all you can get. Can I go out and come back in? But no. So if I even needed more, I couldn't go in, buy it once, go out, load my truck, come back, buy it again. No. How are they gonna find out that I did it again? Your card. My card? So if I use the same card on gypsum twice, they're gonna find out? That's what he said? That's new to me. I've never, good thing I've got 2 cards. Or 3 or 4 or 5, however many I need to make sure about it. That's weird though, isn't it? Is that not weird? Like, have you guys heard about this? I've not heard about it, right? Anyhow, at least we got the sphagnum peat moss, and it's not a high demand, but it sure is a shortage, because I tried to buy some last year and I wasn't able to buy these blocks, right? I had to buy these little teeny tiny bags, and it was useless. Annie come home with them. They were like $8 a bag, and I put them out, and you couldn't even tell that I'd put any gypsum out, or not gypsum, any sphagnum peat moss. You couldn't even tell that I'd done any, put it anywhere. It was bad. So anyhow, let's talk about this sphagnum peat moss real quick. So the deal is with this, and the reason why I got it, all right, there's a couple reasons. One, the one that is at oh goodness, what's it called? Man, it's really coming down, y'all. It's bad. Lowe's. Okay, so Lowe's carries gypsum, or good grief, I'm stuck on gypsum. Lowe's carries sphagnum peat moss. Okay, the deal is Lowe's usually gets it in my area. They get it and they'll have it in stock, and then all of a sudden it won't be in stock anymore, and they won't get any more. And if they do get it, it's in such low quantity that it wouldn't do me no good, right? It's 12. I think it starts at like 12.88, goes up to 12.97, something like that. Just depending on which ones you get. And it's 3 cubic foot. Now, the deal with this one is it's $12.99 at Rural King. My Lowe's is out. They had some earlier this week. They had like 60-some bags. They're out. They're done, right? You got to go down to Princeton, which I'm kind of in the middle between Beckley and Princeton, but we never go to Princeton for anything, and I'm not driving extra right now because of gas prices to go to Princeton and get just peat moss. If we had to go down there for something else, I might bite on it, but I don't have to go down there for anything else, so I'm not driving down there. I'm not spending gas. So we had to go out to Beckley anyhow, and Rural King, obviously, so went on ahead, bought this. It was good, though, because for the same price as the ones at Lowe's, roughly, you know, like I said, $12.88 for one bag, $12.98 for the other. This is $12.99, and I get 0.8 cubic foot more per bag, because the ones there are 3 cubic foot, and this is 3.8 cubic foot. So I've done a little bit better there, and you can see this is the Lambert peat moss, all right, and it's a large grade. LG kind of looks, that little symbol right there, it kind of looks like the LG logo, doesn't it? Anyhow, you know, here's your bale size, and you know, your all the things, you know, whatever. This is LG, right? So anyhow, just wanted to show you that it is Canadian sphagnum peat moss, all right. So and should do quite well. Be careful with how you add this. Don't add too much of it to your patch. You know, 4 to 6 per 1,000 square feet should be good. Okay, that should help you out quite a bit. Adding too much of this could be detrimental to your patch. Now, if you've got a new fresh patch like mine, and you're building up your OM and all that stuff, and you're trying to get that clay and everything broke up, you might get away with adding the higher end, 6, maybe up to 8. You know, if you're really trying, but you want to be slow about things, okay? And taking consideration, your compost that you're adding to it, leaves and things that you're adding to it, everything you need to take into consideration, right, when you add it. If you're just adding sphagnum peat moss, well, sure, you could probably add 10 bags, 1,000 square foot if you wanted to, if that was all you were adding, but that's not all we're adding. We're going to add about 5 bags to 1,000 square foot, somewhere around in there. I'm gonna see what 4 looks like and bump it up 5 if I need it, okay? But if I think 4 is sufficient for this year, then we'll leave it at that, and we'll take a look at it again next year, all right? And this will be put at every patch, so all 3 patches will have it, and then I'll end up, if I can find it, I'll end up putting more of it out in my actual grow beds, all right, like the watermelon and the cantaloupe grow beds and all that stuff. So anyhow, guys, well, let's unload this stuff. Let's get it put up, and on to the next. Fire up my ride over here. The one that has no lights. Oh, the other day, I must tell y'all, the winch wouldn't work. And I got the winch working, but you got to turn the lights off in order for the winch to work. So I don't know what's going on there. Some sort of a short or something. It's transpired, so I'm going to have to figure that out. I shouldn't have any issues out of this thing. It's basically brand new. forgot to mention one thing. Alfalfa meal, or better known as pellets or meal. Okay. So let's put it where we did it. Anyhow, I was telling you I was gonna. I think I said earlier, told you I was gonna buy the bales, and they didn't have the bales, compressed 75-pound bales. So I just went ahead and got these cubes, and that's what the cubes look like. All right, you smell them there. I ain't too sure they didn't grow that right beside a daggone weed farm. Well, it has a very strong resemblance to something else that is also green and a cash crop, so to speak. Anyways, these are a lot. Reason why I went with the cubes and not the pellets, and the reason why I wanted the bales and not the cubes. So, bales are compressed, all right, and then bundled. You can go look it up. Compressed bales of alfalfa, 50 to 75 pounds is usually what they're weighing. Those compressed bales can be mulched up very fine, and like this fine right here, and you can use them in here in that manner, and it will allow quicker decomposition, faster rate of return on your nutrients that's in here, because you're gonna get them released quicker. Microbes will get on this faster, right? And you have no breakdown time, meaning these cubes and pellets have to be watered, and then they expand, and then they go down to what they really are, all right, which is just broken down matter, and then released into the ground, right? Or tilled into the ground, then released into the ground. Anyhow, that's the reason why one reason why I wanted the bales. Also, the process that the bales go through is known. I know that process. I'm familiar with that process, and so I know that I'm not losing any nutritional value. I feed this same stuff to my goats and my rabbits. The compressed bales I buy and feed to my rabbits and my goats. So I know that they're better. Now, nutritional value, I don't know the process that these cubes go through, nor the process that the pellets go through. Like if you were to buy alfalfa pellets, all right, which would, if you guys know what a rabbit pellet looks like or a goat pelletized food looks like, that's what they are. They're long, skinny, a little bit skinnier than a pencil, and long, about 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch long. Anyhow, I'm not familiar with that process. Therefore, I don't know if they're heating these up to a temperature that releases the nutritional value of it, not just for my animals, but also for my ground. Because anything released out of this block, right? Also, this is dehydrated, right? So, what process did it go through to be steamed or heated up, shrunk and compressed down, and then dehydrated or baked or whatever it went through to form this cube or those pellets? I don't know that process. See, whenever I get a bale of alfalfa, and it's just a compressed bale, I can take that compressed bale and open up. They come in, they're like slabs in there, right? And you just cut your bands, and then you pull a slab off, and you take that slab and you can pull it apart, okay? And you can see every fiber there. Everything's there. It's not dehydrated. It's just compressed, super tightly compressed. Therefore, the nutritional value should still be in the bale, right? These, if they're like, let's say they're using steam, well, the steam is going to heat this stuff up. When things are heated, they start losing nutritional value. Not only, like I said, not only for animals, but whatever nutrients are in this are then lost through the steaming process, and then they're lost through the heating process that it takes to dehydrate these cubes. So even if you get them wet again, those nutritional values for your dirt or for your animals is now lost. Does that make sense? I hope it does. For instance, if I was to take my Swiss chard and I ate my Swiss chard raw, okay, I get full benefits of the Swiss char, right? Every nutritional value that's in that Swiss char, I then am the recipient of, okay? Now, if I take that Swiss char and I steam it, I have lost some of the nutritional value through the steaming process, because what it happens, you're cooking it and it's going to sweat, and the moisture and everything that's in it is going to sweat out and turn to water droplets, okay? Even more so if I cook it, I lose even more, because then it really just, you got a bunch of juices. Now, the only good part about the Swiss char that I'm talking about is if I cook it in a pan with olive oil, I then scoop it out and I get the juices and the and everything in the scoop that I eat, right? Now, you will lose some through evaporation, which you'll see coming up off of the pan, right? And you turn your little blower on and it sucks up all the stuff and blows it out of your house, right? I will lose nutrients through that process, but most of them will be trapped back in the pan. This, however, does not have that process. Neither does the pellets. And so my thinking on this is, I would like to know the percentage of a bale and the nutrients in that bale, okay, versus what nutrients are in this cube versus what nutrients are in those pellets, okay, and the processes that they go through in order to find, to see what they're losing, because I know they've got to be losing something in this whole process. Now, again, I'd say all that to say this: that's why I wanted to use the bales and just mulch up the bales and let it do its thing in my ground versus these cubes or pellets. Now, why did I get the cubes? Cubes are bigger. I'm thinking less nutritional value lost for my soil because they are bigger, and I'm thinking, you're getting bigger chunks, therefore it didn't go through as big of a process as what the pellets go through, and so I'm thinking it retains more nutritional value for your soil than the pellets would. So if you give me a choice, I pick bale first, then the cubes, lastly the pellets, if I absolutely have to have alfalfa meal or alfalfa in my soil, okay? I hope that makes sense to you guys. So anyhow, we're going to take these, we're going to put them out. We don't need the whole bag because they are so big, they're going to break down and stuff. So I'm thinking, if I would have got an alfalfa pellet, I would have probably put 50-pound bag on 1,000 square feet, right? This, where it's big cubes, I'm going to say probably, and it's a 50-pound bag. Yes, 50-pound bags. So I'm going to say 25 pounds per 1,000 square foot is what I'm going to require of this. Now, that can change. Again, I'll be getting my soil tested again in April because we're not planting until May. Now, if you guys are if you're only going to do one soil test and somebody runs it through your calculator and they say put 50 pounds down, you need to put 50 pounds down. Me, where I'm going to be doing new tests again in April to confirm everything for May, because I'm going to, continuously build this soil up all the way up until planting time, then I'm going to use this at a 25-pound ratio per 1,000 square feet. And it was recommended that I use 50 pounds of the alfalfa meal per 1,000 square feet. But these are bigger, and had I used the bales, I would have used probably six of the flats. I call them a flat. You'll see them. They're about a 2 to 3 inch thick square piece that comes out completely whole. You just break them off. You guys that deal with straw and stuff like that, you'll know what I'm talking about. Anyhow, I would have probably used about 5 to 6 of those per 1,000. No, I take it back. I would have used 8 of those per 1,000 square feet. I would have just, chunked them up and everything, and then I would have took the mulcher and mulched them all down. So probably 6 to 8 of those per 1,000 square feet is what I would have used. And then I would go back and I would check all those results again in April, confirm the results, either raise it again or it's fine, whichever it is, and then I know that I'm good to go. I want to do it in as small as increments as possible because I want to hit it on the nose and I don't want to be over. Well, there's a few things I don't mind to be over on, and you would be fine to be over on. Calcium's one of them. You can be a touch over. Potassium is another one. You can be just a smidge over. I'm not talking a lot. I'm talking just a smidge. Nitrogen, you can also be a smidge over. You don't want to be a ton. you get bloat and all, it causes other issues, okay? But if you're over just a bit, okay. There's some things, though, I don't want to be over on, and I just want to monitor things. I know what I want in my mind, so that's why I'm doing what I'm doing in order to ensure that I get my soil tuned to the way that I see it and the way I want it. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. So we're going to put these down, try to rough estimate at about 25 pounds per 1,000 square foot, and then we're just going to let the snow and the rain and the whatever's do its thing on this stuff. Try to break it down, and then we'll till it all in. I'm hoping that I'll have more of my fertilizers in next week from several of the sponsors, and we can go from there. I'll be able to put it all down and till it all in, and then be able to send my sample off. I'm hoping I'll be able to let it set for a week, send my sample off. After that week of it being tilled and setting, I'll pull core samples out again on each patch individually, send them off, and then hopefully I'll be able to get my results back and amend this, because I don't think that we're going to plant before May 15th. I think before then we're going to be too cold. I would like to get it in on the 8th. If I can, May 8th would be ideal for me. May 15th is the goal, right? No later than May 20th, all right? I think that was last year what I done, May 20th or 22nd, somewhere around in there. And I was pollinating by June 17th, June 21st, June 26th. And then the last one was like the last one was July, like July 1st or 3rd, somewhere around in there. And then I had a late pollination of August the 15th, I believe it was, that I had a pollination out here. So anyhow, that's what I have. Last year there was other ones that I pollinated, of course, but I'm talking about my big ones that I grew last year, not the 300 and 400 pound ones. So anyhow, let's get this done and on to the next. Hey guys, so we're gonna put gypsum down now. We got roughly 125 to 130 pounds of alfalfa put down. We got a little part of the bag left that we will put up there on the old sunflower patch, which is patch number 2. We've got 10 bags that we can put fertilizer. Now we need 240 pounds per 1,000 square feet. So this patch here, I don't remember, let me look up how big it is and I'll tell you 1,000 square feet footage. Okay, so right now this patch is 1,958 square foot. We are going to make it bigger, okay? We're going to make it 35 foot wide down here on this end and 35 foot long, all right? Make it like an L shape down here on this end. So we'll grow 2 plants down there on that end, 1 plant down here on this end, all right? So anyhow, all 10 of these bags have to go. Well, we got 9 down here. We got 1 up there at the top where the sunflower patch is. So I'll put 1 up there for today, and then I'll put the 9 down here. Of course, I'm going to have to get more and put in here. So I'll just put these down now, till them in, and then when I got to get more, I'll get more and adjust fire to, because you can only get 10 bags at a time. You know, I'll go ahead and I'll get my 10 bags, but I'll put this down first and then, you know, adjust fire after we get our soil test done. That way I'm not having to put it down twice. I'll just put it down, or 3 times. I'll put it down now, let it do its thing. I'll till it in when I get the rest of my fertilizers and stuff, and then I'll put more on top of it whenever I get my soil test back. We'll go buy more at some point, and then we'll wait for the soil test to come back, and then we'll see if we need more added to that, and then we'll adjust fire from there. So let's put this down and on to the next. Okay guys, so we got 380 pounds of pelletized gypsum down on this 1958 square foot patch so far. It will get bigger. It'll end up being quite a bit bigger once I get this new addition tilled. So I would say there's probably going to have to be another, I would say probably another 380 pounds of gypsum put down. I'll have to go back and look at my calculator, my soil calculator, and see. But if you want 240 pounds per 1,000 square foot, then that would have been 480 pounds put down today. 240 per 1,000 square foot. We're almost at a 2,000 square foot right here. So that should have been 480 pounds a day. So I was 100 pounds shy of that. We're going to be extending it up here on this end. So I would say yes, probably another 380 pounds needs to be put down once we have extended it right here. Basically, what you see right here, you know, even with the old part here, all the way out here, and then up out there to the end of the that end out there at the sphagnum peat moss, and then it'll be going at an angle, cutting straight through there. So it'll be like a triangle up here on this end. Anyhow, so I would say yes, probably another 380 pounds of gypsum will be added to this patch. Probably have to go back and get another 10 bags. Probably end up needing at least total for everything. Probably will end up needing roughly for the watermelon and all that. I would say we'll probably end up needing another 20 to 25 bags of gypsum. So roughly. So, but we'll see what this tests out. Maybe we don't. We'll see what this tests out, and if we run this test and it's different, you know, how good it is compared to the rest of them, then we'll know exactly what to put in, right? So anyhow, according to what we've done thus far to the rest of the patches. All right, so let's get up here and put these cubes down, put that bag of gypsum down, and call it a day for out here. Hey guys, so I've been meaning to show you for a few days, and I haven't done it yet. My pride and joy right here. Isn't that beautiful? It's little now, but it's going to grow, and probably will never be, well, I know it will never be outside. It'll be outside in the summer, but it'll be the only time it's outside. The rest of the time it'll be brought inside. Probably have to put it in a 20 or 30 gallon grow bag, I would say. But this is a cherry starfruit plant, a tree. Got it. It was 30 bucks for that little tree. I tried to find a starfruit. I tried to find starfruit seeds. I had some starfruit seeds that I'd gotten from South Carolina when we went down there this past fall, and I don't know what I've done with them. I can't find them. Annie can't find them. Of course, we can't find the seashells when we went to the beach, because we was going to put them in a bunch of little bottles and stuff. We just can't find the seeds, and we couldn't find a place to buy any of the seeds at either. So the only thing that we could find was this right here. I do not know that name. I think it's Pitan Gatuba or Atuba something. I don't know. Anyhow, Pitangatatuba is what it. Read it there. We got it in the mail the other day, just like this. You know, it had better wrapped up and stuff. It was wrapped really good and everything, but didn't think it was going to be. We thought it was going to be crushed because the box was crushed, or the bag was really mangled and the box was crushed. But the plant was good, and so good there. Roots, doesn't appear to have any roots coming out of the bottom just yet, unless that right there is one of them. That might be one right there. Anyhow, it says, you know, there was instructions and stuff to it, you know, telling, you know, how to take care of it and everything. Couldn't have it in direct sunlight, and, you know, to gradually work it up into more light. So we're going to bring it in here now. I'm going to set it down low, so it's, you know, not getting a whole lot of light. Don't want to get in tons of light yet, so we'll set it down low. Maybe even over there in the shade, over there by the bucket there for the cucumber. And we're going to water it in and everything. But just thought I'd show you the cherry It's a cherry star fruit. And if you ain't ever ate star fruit, guys, you're missing out. Star fruit is too good, and I do mean too good. It is phenomenal the way star fruit tastes. But anyhow, we got that, and so we're gonna put it over there, and we're gonna water it in, and just leave it over here in the shade for now. Well, maybe we'll put it right up here, there, just like that. There we go. That should work. Not too much light. Just right. It should be. Got something going on with the plant. Plant's not looking too hot anymore. For some reason, it's all those leaves that were up in there around that. Remember a couple weeks ago, a week or two ago, something like that. Maybe a week ago, they started looking burnt, like from the light, and I took them down. Well, now they're really burnt, and not really sure why. I would assume it's from the light. I don't think it's from anything else. These leaves here, they're light colored, I believe, because they wasn't getting any light. I believe they didn't get no chlorophyll because they was getting no light. And then these leaves out through here, they're starting to turn from really dark green to light green for some reason. And they should have plenty of magnesium. I don't think it's a mag problem. I don't think it's an iron problem. So I really don't know. I can boost their magnesium up. I don't think it's that. See how green those leaves are? I mean, this is what we want. We want a dark green like that. Now, it's got a little bit of nitrogen burn around the edges there. You can see that now. I mean, that's one thing, but I was not giving these plants a whole lot of nitrogen. They was getting very little nitrogen and a whole lot more on the potassium side. And so, I don't know. I don't know what the problem is. This one here, it's growing, but it's slow. So anyhow, I don't know. With that cucumber over there, I don't. If the plant keeps going like it is, of course we can see here. This up through here looks fine. Yeah. I don't know if it just got too big. The roots maybe got too big, because I ain't kidding y'all. Got look here. If you don't believe me, just look at this. That's as far down as you can go, and there's the roots right there. You can see lots of roots right there. I'll get my hands dirty, but just carefully kind of removing the roots there. You can see all those little tiny hair roots, right? And it's like that all the way down, all the way. Okay, there's roots all the way down to the bottom of this thing. And so the only thing that I can think is see, like there's roots right there. I'm picking where they've gotten all the way out through here. And you look at that huge root right there. See it? And the only thing I can think is it's just gotten so big, the root. Look at that. See, look at all that root. You see that? One thing I can think is it's just gotten so big, the roots have gotten so big that it's just cutting its own self off. And that's the only thing I can think. Is that it's just too much root ball in the bucket here, and it's just not able to work. I don't know. It's just, I think it's root bound somehow. But, yeah, and it's just eating itself. It just can't produce anything now because it's just too much root in there. That's what I think. I could be wrong, but you seen just that little bit right there I was doing. And when you go to try to push a stick down, even that thin little one right there, you try to push that through down to the bottom, and all you hear is pop, 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 breaking roots all the way down. With that little one, no matter where you put it at, it breaks roots all the way down. That's why I try to continuously put it down in the same hole. This is looking fantastic. This little plant here. I've never grown a banana pepper plant that big. Never, guys. Never, ever, ever have I grew a banana pepper this size. Just don't happen. Usually my banana peppers are the smallest pepper plants in the entire garden. And I've grew up this one here. It's phenomenal looking. I'm quite happy with this size here. So very, very pleased. There's our one that we pollinated. Pollinated this lad the other day, and it does look like it took. Now I pollinated this with a Dracula. So that's a Dracula crossed to a mini bell. All right, Draculas are hot. All right, anthocyanin peppers. I'll show you one over in just a minute. This one here looking like it's darkening up. So hopefully by next week it'll be, the end of next week it'll be done. I'm hoping, maybe sooner. We can get them seeds dried out and planted so we can try to grow some. These came off of it last night. I knew they weren't going to do anything. They weren't growing. They hadn't been growing, so I went on ahead and got them off there. But I am super, super excited for the seeds on this, because the seeds that are in this are black pearl to a mini bell, and I'm excited to grow that out and see what we get. I do need to find me one in here. Look at them. Ain't they looking great? It's looking so good now. Thankful that it has bounced back. Everywhere you look, there's another little cluster of these things growing. Look at that. Ain't it crazy? Very healthy plant. Very good plant. If you guys are looking for an ornamental that is not real hot, but hot and beautiful, I encourage you to buy these black pearls. If you want to buy them from me, I've got them 10 seeds for $3, I think is what it is. I got it marked for 10 seeds for $3. They germinate well. You can tell. These all come up, and all of these right here came up out of that. In fact, here's a big one over here, right there. There's a big one right there that I grew from these right here. I took the seeds, and I've patiently and slowly collected all the seeds out of that. Every one of them that's came out of there, I've took and gathered the seeds and collected them. So I got quite a few of them, but 10 seeds for $3 if you're interested in any of those. I do have mini bell chocolate seeds, because these were this plant right here, it was a chocolate, is what we verified the color, and because in the mix that they gave us, it was reds, chocolates, and yellows, I think it was, or orange. And so we verified this plant to be a chocolate plant, and we have separated it out. So we have chocolate mini bells. When these darken up, you've seen them before, they get dark chocolate. And so we'll sell those 10 for $3 as well. Guys, we got a $50 package, whatever you want to call it. It's 25 different seeds. Not individual seeds, but 25 different sets of seeds for $50. And that includes my giants and all the other seeds. All right, $50, and it's free shipping in the U.S. Okay, if you're interested, let me know, and I'll post up a list of the seeds that we have available for sale. Some of those include lots of different peppers. We have chocolate scorpion, black pearl, chocolate mini bell, habanero, ghosts, lemon drop. That's just to name a few of the peppers. There's a few more other ones that I've gotten seeds saved up from. We have Delice de la Table, or no, Prescott Fond Blancs, I think is what it is. And some, not many, but some Delice de la Tables left. And those are the rare French melons. We've got Kiwanos, which are also known as African spike cucumbers. They're very, very good to grow. They taste good, I think. And they're also make good grafts for watermelons. Excellent grafts, actually, for watermelon plants. So you got those. I may even try to graft them to cucumber plants this summer, and see if they don't help my cucumber, my not just my regular cucumbers, but my giants as well. Got some tomato seeds, peach tomato, which is a very good one, spoon tomatoes, It's 2 of the tomatoes we've gotten. So got a lot of stuff. And then we got all those giants, right? Giant bushel gourd, giant long gourds, several giant pumpkins, giant, state record head diameter sunflower seeds. We still got some of those left. There's plenty of stuff to go around, guys. And if you're looking for anything in particular, or you want to try some of these giants out, I got plenty of them. Hit me up, and I'd be more than glad to get you set up with some of those. Anyhow, these are all looking fantastic over here. They really need to go outside, but as you've seen, we can't get them outside because it's doing that nasty, horrible thing called snowing. Oh goodness, down here, 86% humidity, 91.4 degrees. We've got several things coming up here. These are the Etuda peppers right here. I had to replant those Lassaise peppers. I couldn't even find one of the seeds that I had planted, which is very, very odd. So I don't know what happened to them. These are the sweet chocolate peppers. We got a few of them coming up now. Here are the mini bells coming up. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there should be a couple more of those in there, I believe. What's this? Anaheim's. This white fantasy, I'm gonna have to replant some of them. I only got one so far, and I needed more than that. These are sweet bells right here. And what's this right here? It's a dwarf tamarillo is what that is. And then we got our rhubarb here. This is that sour melon. I cannot get them things to germinate for nothing. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but they will not germinate. So obviously I'm gonna have to figure something out with them because I can't get it to do nothing. Yep, it's bad. See? Like popping a nasty pimple. That thing is disgusting. Yeah. Put you right there for now. Yuck. Anyhow, we'll get all that. I have to look them up and some sire melons and see how they grow them, see how they germinate them, if I can find anything on them. So anyhow, guys, that's what we got going on. I'll show you this real quick over here because let's look. Oh yeah, we got let's see what we got. That's the spinach coming up. We have some carrots that have popped up, I've seen. We have some lemongrass coming up. No basil yet, but back here, all of those back in there is coming up. Oh, they're looking great too. Them need to get outside. Them are all the bok choys that we got going. Down there, we got really nice looking beetroots that need to go outside. I need to separate these 2 beetroots before they get bound up. The kids' tomatoes right here, the 3.62 yos for the kid competition. Guys, if you're in the kid competition, don't forget that you're in it. All right, I think there was several of them. My buddy Scott over in Kentucky, which, I mean, he might as well go on ahead and just say he's from West Virginia, because Kentucky is just a knockoff of West Virginia. So, I mean, he might as well just go on ahead and be part of us. So, anyhow, there is right here, that pepper right there, that's a Dracula. And right here is the plant. So, you can see that right there. Plants are looking really good. Very, very good, actually. I'm quite happy with how they're looking there. Good night living. These things here, these are the giants. Kids broke a couple leaves off of this one today. Thanks, kids. Appreciate that. Yeah, man, I just got to get some of this stuff outside. It just don't need to be inside anymore. It's too big for anything for in here. Anyhow, the lettuce is looking pretty good, ain't it? Ain't that beautiful lettuce? Nice. We got some peas growing still. So hopefully it'll warm up so where I can plant some outside and get them growing out there. Had 3 parsnips now. You can see 1, 2, and 3. Okay. We'll have to get them. Them are giant parsnips, so we'll have to be getting them situated and ready. Just a lot of this stuff just needs to go outside. It don't need to be in here anymore. Oh look. I'll try to set fruit there. If I can get it to set, it'll be the first one growing this year. Oh, two of them's there. Two of them growing there. So it's eggplant. This is the rotunda eggplant. So, it just ain't got much to. Can't grow much because it's stuck down there in a hole there. Maybe that'll help it some. I don't know. Probably need some water as well. Get him some water. So, always water that thing there pretty good, just like so. And anyhow, like I was telling you about the growing competition for the tomato, guys. If you got a YouTube channel and you got kids and you want to participate, please do. Please participate in the competition. If you don't have giant tomatoes, let me know. We can certainly try to get you some hooked up there, but you got to have a YouTube channel and kids. Kids are the biggest thing. This is for kids, so we can get our kids excited about growing and get them growing and all that good stuff. I'm gonna take that thing to the bathroom and water it. It's way too dry. So yeah, I have to do that here in just a minute. But anyhow, guys, you know, if you're wanting to do that, you got kids, you want to get in this growing competition where your kids, okay, kids, can't stress it enough, it's for the kids. Then just get in touch with me and we'll figure it out how to get you some giant tomato seeds, or I can point you in the right direction if you wanted to buy your own, whatever. But yeah, just let me know. We'll get you hooked up and get stuff to your kids so you guys can participate in this. I think it's Scott, me, Doc, Rodabaugh and his kids. I asked some other people. I do know Eric, I think, is one that's going to be in it. There's a couple other ones that's going to be in it and stuff. So we'll get it situated and everything, and hopefully have some fun with it. And the kids can have some fun with it as well. So anyhow, we're going to get out of here. Guys, we appreciate you watching. We'll see you tomorrow right here in the Hollers and Hills, West Virginia.
Don't forget to smash that like button. Hit that notification bell. Don't forget to share.
Thank you, good sir.
You're welcome. And subscribe.